How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 or video 2 of the dirt cheap overland build, or overland building on a budget. I apologize for the long delay that it took me to get this second video up, and I apologize for the mess that is my garage. I am currently cleaning things up, being that we had just bought this house. We're still going through and purging life, so bear with me on that. What we're going to talk about today are tires and a battery. Those are the two things that are new to the truck. And we'll throw in some B-roll footage so you can see that as we go along. The tires, if you remember, the tires that were on the truck were a grandma, like a highway tire. They were not conducive to being used off-road in any way, shape, or form. So I had to find something. I searched around used, and the problem I had with used was that you don't know how good they're really going to be. You may get 1,000 miles out of them, you may get 10,000 miles out of them, you may put them on and find out none of them hold air. You just don't know. So I wanted to try to go to a new tire. I also had to size a tire to the truck. We're not doing a lift on it, so the biggest tire I could fit on there was a 30 by 9.5, and the closest to that was on a budget was 275, 35, 15. They're just one size up from factory. Again, this is not a truck we're building to go on the Rubicon Trail or anything like that. It's simply a camping, slide off-road adventure vehicle, something that can get you out as cheaply as possible. So the tires I found were on eBay. They are Accelera MT-01s. I paid $540 shipped for those to my house. And of course I had to do installation. I can't do that myself, so I paid somebody $100 to do that. So I'm not sure if you want to count the $100, so make it $640. I'll leave that up to you guys. I did. I counted that installation as part of, because I did not do it myself. So that put us at $640 in tires, which is way over our $200 a month budget. And that's a problem. We had to find a way to make up some of that money, because obviously we want to try and get as close to at $200 per addition, modification, or fix to the vehicle, unless it's safety related. So, and I guess you could argue tires are safety related. But, so I bought the tires, I had them shipped to my house, and I took the old tires off, which were Maxxis 770s. They were not in bad shape, they were almost brand new. So what I did is I advertised those on Facebook, and I sold those for $300, which put me back down closer to budget at $340 installed for 5 tires. That's about as good as I'm going to get. I don't know that I could put tires on I can't, you know, these fancy name brand tires and stuff like that. Patagonia's, Cooper STT Pros, which are my personal favorite tire. I would put those on there if I wasn't trying to do this series. But 540 shipped, or $640 installed for 5 tires at the timing or the filming of this video. Now, obviously with inflation and everything, prices, who knows? You just don't know. So we're just going to go, you know, with what I purchased. It gives you an idea of where to start looking. So far, I've got probably 500 miles on these tires, and they seem to be doing okay. They're okay in wet weather. They did okay mild off-roading. We took the truck camping a couple weekends ago, and it did fine. They're a little noisy. They do hum going down the highway a little bit, and they ride a little rougher. So there's a trade-off. You know, when you do this type of thing, when you put a more aggressive tire on, you're gonna have a trade-off. So that's that. Okay, so the second thing I did was I scoured around. I wanted to upgrade the battery in the vehicle. It had a standard normal car battery. I wanted an AGM style battery for it, and they're not cheap. So I had to find a way to find one of those under budget. I started scouring Facebook Marketplace, and I put an alert to alert me anytime a Optima or North Star those type of batteries pop up. And it took about a week or so, and one popped up not too far away from me. It was an Optima yellow top dual post, and it was 150 bucks. So I messaged the guy. It was 7 months old. He had bought it for a project boat, sold the boat, had the battery left over. Win-win. Went over there and got it for $150. Optima yellow top, basically brand new, and fit right in my truck. It was the right group size and everything. So bought that and installed that in my truck. So I'm $150 in on the battery, but I had a good battery in the truck. So I sold the battery that was in the truck for 80 bucks. So I'm into that Optima battery for less than $100. This can be done cheaply on a budget, dirt cheap, if you're patient. Some things you're not going to be able to get dirt cheap or find second hand or stuff like that, but you can do this if you're patient. Patience is not one of my virtues, so it is very hard for me to do that. But in the interest of this project and what I'm doing here to show those of you who maybe aren't, very, super well to do and have a whole bunch of money in the bank and can just throw your entire build on a credit card or something like that, there's got to be a way for the average Joe to enjoy going off-road or overlanding and not kill himself trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's the purpose of this. So that's where we're at. So keeping up with our book, the truck was, I forgot to mention, I said under $2,000. We paid $1,800 for the Bravada. And that's $1,800 all in, inspections and the whole 9 yards. And then we paid, after deductions, $340 for the tires. So we were a little over budget there, but we came in way under budget on the battery. So we only paid 80 bucks for the battery. So hey, we can't, or under 100 bucks for the battery, but you can't, so far we're right in line. We're holding our own, guys. We're doing it. So and I say so a lot, I apologize for that. I'm not a good storyteller, so please forgive me. Eventually I'll get better at this. I have purchased some other things that I will be doing another video on here soon. I have to do a couple other things, prepping installations, and unfortunately with the way my garage is a mess and installing some stuff outside, and I kind of live near an airport, filming actual installation videos is very difficult for me. So I kind of have to do the work and then kind of talk about what I did afterwards. If I can film an install video or what I'm doing during the installation, I will do that for you folks. But because of where I'm at, it's really, audio wise, it just gets trashed. You could maybe even hear some of the traffic outside here and there. They've got a street that's not too far away from me close, so it's directing all the traffic down my street, and it's a hot mess. So I'll humbly beg for your forgiveness for not showing you any full install videos or during installations. I'll do the best I can with that. Otherwise, what I'll do, I'll just give you what I did, some footage of it, how much it cost us, because that's the real crux of this video series, is what did I do, how much did it cost, where are we at? So I think we're good. So far, so good, everybody. I do have some audio communications equipment, GMRS radio and some other stuff I've picked up on the cheap. So we'll cover that in a future video. I picked up a brush card on the cheap, roof rack on the cheap. So there's some good videos coming. The next video I have will cover probably the brush guard and the roof rack. Not an install video, but it's just what they look like and where I got them. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So I apologize, my videos aren't that great. I'm an old man, not very good at this. All right, so we have everything marked down here in our book. Everything that we did, our cost, pricing, keeping track of that. Of course, it falls on the floor. I would appreciate it if you guys would take the time to throw a comment down there, ask a question if you'd like to. By all means, share the video to those that, you know, maybe aren't or thinking they can't afford it, or they want to get into it, especially you young bucks, you younger guys, you know, high schoolers and such, younger guys and gals that want to get into this type of, you know, off-roading and camping and nature, just getting out into nature. You can do it cheaply and dirt cheap. That's the name of the game of this build. So I appreciate you guys, every one of you that's taken the time to watch my lousy videos. Give me a comment, a like, or even sending a message. I super appreciate it. I'll take care. You guys take care. We'll see you next time. Norse One out.